Let's move over to Jackson Holliday here, because this is really an interesting story. Let's go to the third out. Jackson Holliday, like I said in the open, has been, I don't know how you say, like I said, awful to begin the year. He is at the moment 1 for 30 to begin his career. 033, his OPS is 127. I think any other stat beyond that is probably doing too much. Actually, I'll throw this out there too. He has 16 strikeouts in those 30 at-bats. He has walked twice. So it just has not been good for Jackson Holliday. Now, on the other hand, and this is really where this debate comes in, is that Jackson Holliday has pretty much dominated every minor league level that he's been at, and that's why he's here so early. But let's pose the question anyway, Dalton Brown. Due to his really rough start to his career, does Jackson Holliday need more time before he genuinely gets set in to a major league lineup?
Yes and no. I mean, I think like the reality is that it can take time to adjust to the major league level. You'd like to see it not look like this.
Yeah.
I feel for the kid because he's, he was like the center of the baseball world today. He got called up, and we're talking 1 hit in 30 at bats. More than half of his bats he's striking out. That's tough, right? And the pressure mounts in that situation.
Yeah.
The nice thing for him is the Orioles are full of Jackson Holidays, right? And that's not to say that he's not a special player, but you look around that field between, Westberg, Kauser, Henderson, like it's a team full of guys who are, kind of in the process of breaking out and are young guys that they know they're going to kind of build around. So luckily, like they don't need him to be great yet. I think he will figure it out. What I don't think they should do is like send him right down to the minors again. Like, to me, show the kid some trust, right? Like show him like, hey, you can go 1 for 30 and we still believe in you. The stakes are not that high yet, right? Like if he gets to like 4 for 90, okay, we probably have to have a conversation, right? But 30 at bats is nothing, man. Like it's nothing. And so, it's unfortunate because it's a national story and it's something we have to talk about. But I think you just got to keep running him out there, have his teammates reinforce that confidence with him, and I think it'll come around.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think that they should send him down just for the simple fact that, like I said, he's conquered every level. Like what if you bring him, because I agree with you. I think you need to trust the kid, right? You need to actually show real faith in the kid that says, okay, listen, we know that your transition has not been great, but we're going to keep giving you at bats. We're going to keep waiting until you figure it out. And we think that you'll be just fine. I agree that they should definitely have faith there. But even if it weren't for that, I just don't think this is kind of the point in his career at the moment where I'm like, okay, now it's time to show that you're a real big leaguer, right? Like, I just don't see the real benefit of sending him down at any point, right? Like, the guy's conquered every level he's been at, right? He's single A, 326, A+, he's got OPS of 940, double A, OPS of 928, triple A, OPS of 899, right? Like, he's raking at every single minor league level. So what I would assume would be, okay, if you send him down, he's going to go rake at AAA again. And then, okay, then you bring him back up thinking he's ready, not facing major league pitching, not facing real major league arms. And I think that that's kind of a stalemate. I mean, even if it were that reason, do you agree that like sending him down doesn't really do much for him at this point? Anyway, despite the young age, he's already kind of crushed AAA.
Yeah, I mean, I somewhat agree. I think really, like the argument for sending him down would be let's get his confidence back up, right? Like let's let's have him see the ball go through the hoop, right? Like let's have him go score a few balls up and get his confidence back. But
yes, correct.
I think so far like the assumption that his confidence is shot is probably not a good one. Like it's been like what 8 days,
Yeah, sure.
so like I just don't think that we're at the point of having that conversation yet. But I
Right.
can understand, like what I do understand is if we get to the point where it's been a month and a half and he looks overmatched, yeah, then like at that point you probably want to send him down,
Mhm.
let him kind of get recalibrated into mashing baseballs, and then you call him back up after a little while, right? And I
Right.
think that
Yeah.
he seems like a pretty mature kid. He seems like the kind of kid you can have that conversation with and say, "Listen, like we still believe in you 100%, but let's give this a little bit more time, right? Let's get your swing back. Let's call you back up. You're going to be back here. Don't worry, right?" Um, I just don't think that they're near that point yet, but I do think there does come a point where that becomes the right decision.
Mhm. Yeah, and listen, I think you made a good point of, he would at some point, if the struggles continue down the line, he's just going to need to see the ball go through the hoop again, right? Like, he's just going to need to see some success that says, "Oh yeah, you know what? I actually am still pretty good at this. Let's just see if
Yeah,
I can,
yeah,
translate it to a big league level." You're right. That is a legitimate reason to send him down. But again, from a developmental perspective of like, all right, he just needs to get more reps down in a level that he's already conquered. I don't really see that that's a plus for the sake of that reason. Um,
I agree.
but you're also right. I mean, this is a team that, you know they don't need him to be. They don't even need him to be good. They can afford him absolutely sucking at the beginning of his career.
Yeah, they don't need him to exist. It's great for them that he exists, but they don't need him to exist.
that's exactly right.